Hello, I'm Koby Prakash and welcome back to More Talk. I'm your host and I'm with my guest, the man, the myth, Koby! I thought that would be very cringy.
No, it's good.
It's Koby Prakash. He is here today to talk about his entire life, his personal life, everything. We're going to ask him all the questions in the world. Koby, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Now, you had been on a podcast before, not ours, but you've been on Bounce, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, bounce.
But that was almost like a Zoom call. So, okay, so this is your first ever, like, man-to-man kind of conversation.
Yeah.
All right, first one. What do you want to be when you grow up? Straight up.
Well, my main goal is to eventually become a professional basketball player. So that's the main goal.
Is that still the goal?
Yeah, of course.
Why that? Why professional basketball?
Like for me as a kid, I just loved the sport, and like I told myself when I was younger, like I want to be that guy on the stage, like on the TV, performing for everyone, being named one of like the best athletes in Australia or something like that. But it was kind of my dream as a kid, and I've always wanted that, I guess. So yeah.
Now, I want to talk about your influences because you also have your older brother who was very successful in like our rep teams and our NBL one until he moved down and all kind of stuff. So, but I also want to talk about what was that kind of pivotal moment that you decided like I want to take this very seriously. What clicked it?
To be honest, it was actually pretty recently.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I was kind of always like a decent kid growing up, like good at some stuff, like just an average kind of player. And then it was actually like my first year of youth league, so like 3 years ago, and it kind of clicked. I was like, oh, like I've got a shot at this kind of thing. And so I started, doing my own shooting, my own drills. Finished high school, so I was able to like get to the gym more, shoot more, and that's when I was like, it kind of clicked for me. I was like, I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to do. So it was only very recent for me.
Is it a little bit of like a bittersweet kind of sensation because even though you're with your best friends, right? Because like every time I see you with Saxon or you're with like big group of people, just like it's always like a big community, right? It's a little bit bittersweet being that you're basically competing against all of them for the same position.
Yeah, like it's
firstly like Saxon.
Yeah,
I know because he does a lot of like social media stuff. Like he definitely wants.
Yeah,
I'll get him on a podcast eventually, but like he just wants that kind of that. Does it feel weird?
A little bit, but like you said, just bittersweet. Like I don't even think about it too much, but like I'm just there to do my thing, and like they can do whatever they want, really. But yeah,
that's fair. I want to talk about, especially with the club of Hills Hornets, right? When did you start anything from there?
I started in the academy program.
Yeah.
So like I think I was around maybe like 5 or 6 or something, and then I started playing reps when I was 8.
That young?
Yeah, I was double bottom age 12s.
And you still made the rep team?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was in Div 2 though, but still made it.
Still works. And you've just followed it through.
Yeah, I've just stuck out with Hills. Just every year, I've just loved it. So I keep going back.
Did you ever think about switching clubs for a better offer?
Recently, like last year or for this year, I was contemplating it. Just with what was going on, kind of thing. Wasn't too sure, but I ended up working out for me at Hills, so I stayed here.
Another question. This is the thing I wanted to might be a little bit too personal. You don't have to answer it. But last year, you were one of the best players of Hills Hornets youth, okay? And I'll say that honest heart, okay?
Yeah.
One of the best players. Like if I had to pick 5 players to represent our youth,
you
would be in that top 5, right? All right. So why were you in the Div 2 team?
Yeah. To be honest,
like what's your honest thing? Like what do you believe?
I heard that a lot as well, from a lot of other coaches and players and stuff. But to be honest, I don't really know.
You don't know.
Like I thought I was at trials. I was showing what I can do, and I definitely showed like throughout the season. But I did know my coach was also the Div 1 coach was saying it was my size. So like I needed to put on more muscle, stuff like that, just become like physically stronger. which like I kind of get, but
No, I don't get one.
Like-
I'm sorry. Like
but yeah, like
if we're looking at that aspect, okay, I'm not dissing Hills. I love the club.
yeah.
But if we're looking at that aspect, our whole club is undersized.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
you can't use that as an excuse to.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like, after the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, okay, fair. And then the second time it came back around, I was like, no offense, but like I'm averaging like 23 points, 24 points. Like, surely it's not an excuse anymore.
Yeah.
But
Your brother was a very he's a what's the HBA royalty? I'll call him that. That's the best way I can call him. Okay. What influence did you get from him? Did he influence you to be better basketball, or did he kind of just let you be you?
He kind of let me be me, but he was definitely like he helped me out through the whole thing. Like I always looked up to him. Whenever we go shooting, he'd always be there with me, like out the front, just like mucking around stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of saw like how successful he was, especially from like a young age, and like he was always in the state team every year, like always played Division 1. Was like big guy, but I wanted that kind of thing as well, and he was a big part of it.
What is your next step for basketball? What are you trying to aim for? Like with this new season, you have to let me know if anything's changed or anything. But like, what do you want your next step to be?
Well, like my goal personally for this year is going from Div 2 to Div 1. I want to be able to show people that I'm good enough to be there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I'm kind of like a DP for NBL 1.
Okay.
So I want to be able to play, gradually get more minutes and play in that team.
Yeah.
And then long term is to play NBL.
Is NBL the goal? Just that?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Happy with that?
We'll go NBL and then we'll see where.
We'll see where we progress.
Yeah. I won't say it, but we'll see where we go from there.
Do you get kind of nerves about the transition because you had said like you said in the past 2 years where you've been pushed to the Div 2 side and you're like I deserve to be better. Now that you're given that chance, you're going like, oh shit, am I going to shit the bed?
I was actually thinking about that. So I was talking about it to my mum the other day actually, and I legit said that. I was like, like now everyone's been saying for the past 2 years, oh, like I don't know why you're in Div 1, you should be in Div 1, and now I'm there, it's like shit, like I gotta. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's so good. It's so good.
I was like, I gotta really show like that I'm meant to be there. Yeah.
Because I think, pardon me, I think personally you are meant to be there. But the idea of you not being there to now being there, it's like trying to like a G League player trying to play in the NBA where they're like they should be there, but
no, I get
you just don't know what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have you had have you ever had a injury or anything that kind of threatened it, or have you had a close call?
Not really. Like, I mean, a couple of years back, I did my ankle, not broke it, just like sprained it. Like, it was all bruised up. I was out for like a month, but like that was it. I've recently like dislocated my shoulders, like both. Yeah,
bro. So you started with the ankle and you missed the shoulders. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, good on you.
But nah, like, it was at a 3-on-3 tournament, and I kind of went for the rebound, and some guy just like pulled my arm backwards, and it just kind of popped out. Yeah, and then ever since then, it's just like falls out sometimes, like literally.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
But I'm getting there, like strengthening it, doing all that stuff, so it should be alright. But not really. Yeah, it's like career ending or like anything like that.
How would you feel, and what would you do if you got that career ending? I know it's not bad luck if it's not.
No. I wouldn't let it be like career ending. Like no matter what it is, like I'm gonna make basketball work out eventually for me.
Yeah, all right, fair play. So that's always the goal, no matter what.
Yeah, that's the main
Okay,
goal.
well then after basketball, what is it? No matter where you get.
Yeah. I was actually talking about this as well the other day. I want to open like a little kind of rehab business kind of thing. So like
rehab business.
So it's like a building with like hot, cold, like spas. You've got like recovery stuff. Like
Yeah, Roger.
all stuff like that.
A recovery gym. Like
Yeah, sorry, not rehab. Sorry, yeah.
No, I was like, when you had rehab, I was like, all right, are you a physiotherapist or you a drug
My bad.
rehabilitation?
Recovery. Sorry.
Recovery. No,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know 100% know yet, but I'm just kind of thinking about that.
What are you studying right now?
Sports and exercise science.
Where at?
ACU.
I see you enjoying it there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I started off a bit like hesitant about it because like I didn't want to go straight from high school to uni, but now I'm kind of starting. I think more because the basketball aspect of uni has come into it as well, like UBL, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
And that kind of just made me like overall just enjoy uni more.
So because you can do those extra kind of things, it kind of adds to that. Yeah. Okay. Now, how long do you have till your degree's finished, or is it kind of like once you get that basketball contract, you're going to stop uni? Like it's not going to be a finishing.
I mean, I would like to finish my degree, like just in case anything happens. But knowing me, I'll probably just stick to basketball.
Take the contract.
Yeah.
Take the contract.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your loyalty to Hills Hornets, okay? Now, I know we talked about, if you swap or anything like that, but what does it mean to be with the same club for so long? And I assume for you going to keep being with the club.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like your whole family's part of the club, everything like that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the importance of that.
Obviously it's very important. Like, I've loved Hills ever since a young age. Like, I feel like, me personally, best courts out there. But it's just even the people there that work there, like they're so kind, like always looking out for me. They all know who I am kind of thing now. And it's just, especially because of my older brother, he was a big deal there. So they kind of automatically like me.
Whoa. I do agree, but at the same time, like you've made your own name for yourself. You don't have to.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Oh, come on. We don't go, it's Jaden's brother. We go, it's Koby. Come on. Right.
But they've played it's very important, and like I'm very thankful for that association. So yeah.
Wow, it sounds like we're a 9 News thing. You have structured answers. It's amazing. What else besides basketball? What else? There has to be more to you, mate. There can't just be basketball 24/7.
Honestly, it's
don't do that. Don't do that. Let me
think. I like the game.
You like the game?
A little bit. Like to play a bit of Fortnite.
Okay.
Love the Spider-Man game.
Respect.
But I can't lie. My life is just basketball. Like it's just day in, day out. It's just get up, go shoot, go to the gym, do a bit of uni work if I can, and then training at night, or playing local comp. Like I'm just living basketball.
Is that because you enjoy, or is that because you want to get better, or is that because you don't know if you stop doing it, you're not going to know who you are?
It's a bit of all kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not so much the last one. Like it's definitely the first two. Like I want to get better, so I want to do as much basketball as I can. But it's also just genuinely because I love the sport. Like I've always loved it, and that's just me having fun. It's just going shooting. So like that's what I find fun.
Would you have your life fulfilled if you didn't make it to the highest level you wanted to? Would you still be fulfilled or no?
Probably not.
Deep down, what are you feeling? Like, what is it?
I would definitely have regrets. Not regrets, but just knowing if I gave it my all and I still never made it, it would suck. But we don't think about that because I'll make it. So.
I manifest as well. It's fine. I'm happy with that. That's okay. Who are your influences?
Damn. Basketball. I'm a big Kyrie Irving guy. My favorite player. Love that guy. Jaden, my brother, as well. He plays a big role. And probably about it. And myself, really.
I like that as well. Now it's basically the same question, but it might be different for you. Who are your heroes? Ooh. There's people you influence in life, but who's your hero?
My hero. That's a good question. What's that?
Welcome to
Yeah,
Mordor.
Damn, I don't know my heroes though.
Just think about it. You have time.
How much time?
Whatever, how much time you ever want. Okay.
My hero.
Let me try and give you prompts to try and
Yeah.
okay, like a hero could be someone, right, that like, you look at them and you go to yourself, I want to be like that in every kind of way, and you like their morals. Or it could be someone that changed the way you think of something, or it could be someone that was very nice to you and that kind of. I think did you get something?
What you need to like morals and stuff like Kobe Bryant actually played like a kind of a big. He's not so much a hero, but like after like all his stuff like getting like the Mamba mentality kind of thing. That's when it also kind of pushed me to like be better. I was like, if I want this, I gotta be like Kobe. Like I gotta get up 4 a.m. But obviously I don't do that to that extent. But kind of like I started watching a lot of like motivational stuff like about Kobe, and it was just like how he hustled like days in, days out, didn't take any breaks, and just like dedicated his life to the grind kind of thing. And that's what I was like, I want to do that, and I want to be like the best player I can be. Yeah. So I reckon Kobe, played a big part in it.
When did you? Okay, actually, before we even start that, was he the reason that you were named Kobe?
Actually, yeah, he was.
He was?
Originally, so my middle name's Jacob, so Koby Jacob Prakash. And mom was about to name me Jacob. And then dad and my brother Jay were watching the NBA, and dad saw Kobe and was like, I like that name. This is what I've been told. And then dad came in like the next day or so and was like, how about we name him Kobe? And mum liked it, so
wow.
Thank God I wasn't named Jacob.
Jacob's not a bad name, but like
No,
Kobe's.
Yeah. Kobe sounds a little bit better.
Oh, definitely. Especially when you work at a basketball stadium. It's like,
literally.
Definitely helps you a lot.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know that because I just didn't think about like.
Yeah. No, it's named after him. So, yeah.
What was your parents' past with basketball? Did they just watch it or what happened there?
They were like nothing. Like,
really?
Both my brother and I we started off as soccer players.
Okay.
And my dad's always been big into sport. Like, he loves watching dad sports, like NRL, cricket, those kind of things. Yeah. And I guess my brother just like kind of started getting into basketball. Okay. So they started watching NBA, NBL a little bit. And but my parents were never big on it until my brother actually started playing reps.
So your brother influenced more?
Yeah.
And what was his influence again? Do you remember why he just played basketball? Because he's quite tall.
Yeah. It was actually we've got a half brother as well.
Yeah, okay.
So his name's Neil, and he actually started playing basketball first. So Jaden would like go down, watch him play like local comp, or like just watch him play like street ball or stuff like that. And then I think Jaden's kind of enjoyed it, and then he started from there.
That's fair. Yeah. Because it's funny how this like. Have you heard of the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
Like just one stepping stone just changes absolutely everything. Because your entire family is somehow connected to the basketball world. Every sibling, everything is tough.
Yeah, it was soccer, but good thing we converted,
Are you sure? You can go back to soccer if you really wanted to. You keep mentioning it. I'm happy to.
It's a great sport, but I wouldn't go there.
Oh, you're trying not to make any enemies. I love it. You can't just call anything shit. It's crazy. All right. I had a question in my head. I completely forgot. No, lost it. That's okay.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Oh, we'll ask this question while I've got it. Kobe, I need you to really think of this, okay?
Okay.
And you can't just answer. You can't just say basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
What truly makes you happy?
Damn, that's deep. There's a lot of aspects in it. There's obviously basketball plays a part. My girlfriend plays a part in it. But just like overall my family, like they just my little sister Addie, like we just have a little banter. It's a little bit of everything. Like just my relationships with people just like make me happy. And to be honest, nothing really has gone bad with me at the moment, so I'm just like just chilling, just like enjoying life, living in the moment. But yeah, my family plays a big part in it. But yeah,
I always ask people that question because I'm waiting for someone to, like, I don't know, give me something I've never heard before, okay? And unfortunately, I've heard family.
oh yeah, 100%.
And that's
Everyone would say
family. And
family.
that's exactly right.
yeah.
But that's the whole point. The reason I want to make this podcast is because when I get asked that question, like, what makes you happy, I can't give back an answer because I love it. I love everything.
Yeah, literally.
But like, if I removed everything, like, what would one thing make me more happier?
Yeah.
And one thing that actually was like when COVID happened. Like, I know I'm not a baller. Okay, I don't. It's not about that.
Yeah.
But it's about like when I couldn't go to Hornets and just shoot around randomly, or when I couldn't just be a part of, you know, the people, the community. That really hurt me.
Yeah.
And as an athlete, how did that hurt you? The COVID and those kind of breaks.
Yeah, like it definitely sucked. Not being able to see my friends like go hoop at like the basketball courts, but at the same time, I was just like very happy with myself, kind of thing. Like I feel like I can be a very happy person like when I'm alone, like just being by myself. Yeah. But yeah, like I do the same thing. Like I do my schoolwork. And then I just go out like during like recess, lunch time. I just go out and shoot the hoop out the front hoop, and yeah, I'd be out there for like hours and then come back and school. But I pretty much just like did my own stuff. Kind of, my friend had like a home gym, so I kind of just learned it and just like was happy just being by myself, kind of thing. So yeah.
When I was in COVID, it's exact same thing happened. But the problem is that like when you have a hobby job, which is reffing, pays you cash, you can't get anything from the government. Yeah. So whatever I had was all the money I had for entire COVID, and it was hard to like. I love building, like I'm building stuff and like
like Lego.
Oh, I love Lego. Yeah. But like I could do Lego, I can do timber, I can do metal. Like, I love like just because it just gives you like a sense of reward. Like,
yeah, no, fair,
like,
yeah.
Is that right? But when I couldn't have any money to buy anything,
rough.
Exactly. So that's why I needed basketball to do something. Okay, then what gives you purpose in life? Then that's the other question I was going to ask you. I know what makes you happy, but what gives you purpose? This is a little bit tough because you're in my perspective, you're very just like you're good, happy with how the world treats you right now.
Yeah.
Whereas people who've had bad experiences take different turns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like gives them purpose. You put me on the spot here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I don't know what gives me purpose.
You can't do a collab. You have to do one thing, but one word that surrounds everything. But you can't just say a bunch of words.
What gives me purpose? I'm gonna say hope.
I like it. Yeah. Elaborate.
I don't really know actually.
You can't just throw a bloody word in there.
Nah, I mean, it kind of just first came to my mind because like, or like believing, just like I'm really big person on just believing and like just trusting what happens. But I'm very big on hope. Like, damn.
I love when I stump it with questions. It makes me so happy. Just think about everything you have right now and think about all this kind of stuff and what actually gives you purpose. What makes you wake up in the morning and makes you go to bed at night. And like, yeah.
I mean, like I'm freshly into a new relationship, so that helps a lot.
That does, yeah. That would help.
That helps a lot. I'm sure you would know that all about that. I can't say basketball, eh?
You can, but eventually the basketball's not going to be there.
Yeah, nah.
So then what? You're just going to lie down?
Honestly, like I don't even know. It's just life. Like I'm just a cruising guy who's just chilling, just like living day by day. Can't be upset about it. It's just kind of like honestly, like that stumps me. Like, what's my purpose? Like, yeah,
The reason why, because I don't know why, it's only maybe the past year, maybe 2 years where I have to think about like, you know, what's the purpose of my life? What's the purpose of the world?
Yeah.
Like in 200 years, I become soil, like that kind of.
Fair.
Like,
What if I ask you like what's
no. That's another day. That's another day. I'll do another podcast. But like, it's just like, if you're gonna be past, if you're gonna die, if maximum, like if you go 100 years, right?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
100 years. But then in another 100, you become soil, and like,
Yeah.
or if you get buried or whatever you want to do, like you just become carbon, right?
Yeah.
So what did your life have purpose with? What did you do?
Actually, I'd like to say I spent a lot of happiness and kindness. I do think that. I don't know, just like smiling. Like just smile. It's like I would be like me smiling makes you smile.
Stop it! You don't do that too, bro.
But no, I think I'm just like a very like positive person. Like I mean, obviously sometimes you get a bit negative, but like just always helping people. Like I'm always kind of putting other people first. I like to think, and just doing kind things is what makes me happy. And if I was like, yeah, what's one thing you leave behind is just, yeah, happiness. I hope, yeah.
Where did you get this mentality from? Do you share it with your family, or are you kind of a one-off soldier?
No, I definitely get it from my family, especially my dad, but obviously my mum as well. But like, I see a lot in my dad. He's very like, you know, he's always like willing to help other people no matter what. But yeah, definitely my dad. I get it from, I reckon.
You were definitely raised the right way. Just saying,
I'd like to think so.
You definitely the way you speak and how you can't say a negative word to anyone and smiles. You definitely were raised the right way. So kudos to your parents. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little break from the crazy, you know, thinking questions. All right,
Deep question.
I know. I'll think of another one eventually. I know you're talking about Curry Irving. I know you're talking about like that's your favorite player. Is that the player you try and
Like replicate?
That's it. Replicate. I was gonna say elaborate. I was like, that's definitely not the word. Is that the play that you try and replicate, or is it whatever?
Yeah. Like it kind of like at first it was a lot Kyrie. Like
What age were you like? I'm basing on my.
It was actually my brother. Like it was Jaden who kind of introduced me to him, and I was probably like around 14 maybe or so. I kind of learned who he was and stuff, and I just watched him play and like the way he can handle the ball. Like it's like he's dancing on the court.
Oh,
like
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, and the way, like obviously I don't handle the ball like that, but it was more for me like his finishing, like just how you know he can change hands in the air, like finish off top corners of backboards. So I learned that and kind of took that into my game, and then I was also told a lot recently like I kind of play, like you know sometimes people like compare you to like NBA players, like who you are, stuff like that. I got a lot of like Ja Morant. I got compared to like Ja Morant a bit.
I'm trying to remember your highlights so I can. You know what? I kind of agree with that at some point, except for the gun shooting. But yeah, but like except for that, yeah, pretty close, yeah.
But it was more like just because I kind of got obviously not as athletic as Ja Morant, but I can use my athleticism to kind of finish over people kind of thing. And also because like Ja Morant's a smaller build, and I'm obviously a smaller build, so it kind of allows me to see that like, yeah, he's smaller than like one of the smallest guys in the league, and it kind of like I can relate to that. So he kind of helps me play a part.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You're like 6 foot something.
Yeah, and I'm tallish, but
you're tallish. Like we're basically the same height, bro. Like calm down.
But no, yeah, definitely like Kyrie, Ja Morant, yeah.
Actually, that's why I wanted to. I was back when we originally had the podcast, the date there. I was actually just researching because I wanted to like look at your plays and like try and see what I can grab from that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think to myself, who do you remind me of?
Yeah.
And Ja Morant actually is definitely a guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think about Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't really play like him. It's more just like the finishing. Like I used to never finish around the basket. I was very much like a shooter. And then once I started to grow, my like athleticism kicked in a little bit. I was like learning, like watching him play, like watching him change hands. I was like, I want to do that. And that's kind of where I got that from.
Is mid-range a dead game now? Mid range.
Nah, no way.
I feel like you play the mid range, don't you?
Like I definitely didn't. Like I used to not play it at all, but now it's like mid-range game is deadly.
Oh no,
Like-
I always said that. I love mid range.
Like I reckon it's one of the nicest shots as well. Like just on the 3-point line, like you start off with threes and then they close out too hard. It's a 1 dribble pull up. Like it's so smooth. Like I don't do it as much, but definitely like for this season, that's what I want to like majorly improve on.
Because TJ was talking to me. This was like a long time ago, so you won't remember the conversation. But he was like talking about, like how mid range, like everyone's calling it dead game, but I love the mid range and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, and then like, look, I know I don't play well, but like my whole purpose is like play the post and play the mid range.
Yeah.
Because the way I see it is, I don't want to shoot threes. That's not I'm not a point guard.
Yeah,
I don't want to shoot threes.
I getcha.
I just love the mid range. I thought you played the mid range.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple of times.
I've seen a few times I do it. I think it's because like a lot of kids, grow up watching like Steph Curry.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, I want to be a crafty guard who can jack up threes kind of thing. Yeah. And which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love shooting threes, but I think like an underrated move like that, a pull up mid range, is like KD. Yeah, smooth. Yeah. But yeah, I think he's got the cleanest mid range in the league.
I was gonna fight that with DeRozan, but we'll move on.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's what I was gonna say, but hey, we'll move on. That's all right. That's okay. Okay, what is the Hills kind of style of play? Because I'm barely anything there.
Well, right now in like my senior years, I've found out like youth NBL 1, it's a lot of get it and go. So it's just fast transition. It's like we've got our plays obviously, but it's like you get the rebound, you give it to your guard and go. So obviously transition, pushing ahead is your first option, which I'm sure it is with most people. But if that doesn't work out, then it's like come back into plays. It's a lot of like, it's not so much, how can I explain it? It's not really plays to kind of, that'll get someone wide open. It's just to get us moving a little bit. And then once like a main guy gets the ball, it's like, let him go to work kind of thing. A lot of ISO ball. But I mean, I like it, so.
That does make sense because of our kind of height and build kind of thing.
Yeah.
Playing like, we do have, like, and I'm calling them like short, but like they're all over 6 foot. Like they're not short.
They're not short, but
like in terms of basketball,
yeah,
if you
it's short.
Yeah, it is short.
Yeah.
But because of that kind of consistency, because like we're basically all white boys. Like let's be real, except for you, we're all basically white boys. Yeah. So like they're just like to have that kind of, short but play fast kind of style. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense to me now.
It works. But yeah, we are one of like the smallest, not smallest, but like we're a very small team in the league.
Yeah.
But so we just got to use what we got to our advantage.
When you got the Div 2 squad, and I didn't know you got it twice.
Yeah.
The first year, I'm sure you went, oh, shit happens, move on.
Yeah.
The second year, is that where you wanted to move? Or contemplate, possibly?
I contemplated it a little bit, but at the same time, I was kind of like just being positive, saying like, this could be good for me. Like, because my first year of Div 2, I was kind of like fresh out of 18, still like the youngest kid in the team. Yeah. So I kind of just took it. I like accepted it kind of thing. I was like, yeah, fair enough. And like, I was still like somewhat of a like main player-ish. Like, I think I averaged like 10, 11 points or something. But I was pretty inconsistent kind of thing. And then my second year, I was like, I've got a good shot at like, I could be like one of the main guys kind of thing, help my team out, get to the finals, stuff like that. So I didn't really think of it as a negative thing. Like at first I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I feel like I deserve to be in Div 1, but I didn't let that affect me. I was like, you know what? I'm in Div 2. I'm gonna like get this team to the end kind of thing. And that's when it just kind of pushed me. And I was like, became this new player kind of thing.
Now that you said you're a developed player for NBL, the NBL 1, and definitely because even if you're in youth, you can always move up and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's definitely, you're in that pathway. Is there any people in that squad that you look up to or that they give you advice or you go?
Yeah. For me, there was my brother who played there until he like had a kid and stuff. But he played a big part. He still helps with all that kind of stuff. But right now, it's probably like actually Jamie Monroe.
Really?
Yeah, like surprisingly.
Because I only say really. I'm not denying player. I'm just like he's kind of like the same kind of like
No, yeah,
age
I get
bracket.
you.
Yeah.
But no, he's just like he's always obviously he's like a funny kid. Like takes life like it's all a joke kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like sometimes he actually like when I say about basketball, he's really big on like helping people out, stuff like that. And but no, he's played a big part because like we always kind of compare that we were both in a similar position. Like we were both short kids in our junior years, and like because I was like 5'7", like I was short. And then once I hit I was in like my senior year of high school, I came back and I was like 6 foot. So like I had like a big growth spurt, and the same thing happened to him. And he was like,
yeah, he had a really big growth.
yeah, he was because
Really
now he's
big.
like 6'6", and like, so we kind of bonded over that, and like now he's like he's NBL 1, like I reckon he'll kill it this season. And I look up to him just because we play similar. Like I would say I'm a little bit like quicker than him kind of thing, but like he's long, lanky, like similar to me. He can finish around the basket.
Yeah.
But the way he can like create his own shot as well is so if it was one person, I know he's young, but I would look up to Jamie. Yeah.
Does it scare you of how competitive this kind of NBL 1 squad is and how youth like league squad is, that like there's a chance that you might not get anything?
Yeah. It's obviously like there always is that kind of feeling in the back of my mind, but once I started, because Youth League 1 also trained with NBL 1.
Yeah, that's really good for
Yeah.
moving up.
And we kind of started that this season, and I was like, I'm really not that far off like these NBL 1 guys, I kind of think. And like, when I'm at training, I compete with them, I can guard them, I can score on them, like. So for me, it's like it is a bit scary because it's like it's a big, like there's guys who are like way taller, 6'8", 6'9", they're like big, strong guys. But like if I like don't let that get to me, and I just compete like I know I can, it's actually not too bad. Like I feel like I can become like an NBA player in the like next year. I could be there.
Are you scared that you're going to get dunked on by Sean Montague when he plays for the Aubrey? Is it Aubrey? Is he playing
Aubrey,
for?
yeah.
Because he's in
got signed.
that's in the East, right?
Yeah, it's East. Yeah, we play against them.
Please tell me you're going to take the hit, because I really want to get them beat.
Oh, fair.
Oh no, because I saw that he signed. For some reason, I thought he was going to Perth. For some reason, because
I think he did with his girlfriend, but
that's because I saw a photo. I was like, oh, Perth. I was like, oh,
yeah.
he's in Australia. He's going to be in Perth, and then
I think some stuff happened,
and then he's in East,
and now he's back here. Yeah, but look, I mean, if he dunks on me, I mean, fair enough.
That's kind of like an honor.
Yeah, like
yeah,
college player. How tall is he? 6'8", something like that.
Something crazy like
7, and he's bunnies. He's
Yeah,
jumping
bunnies.
at the stadium. So like,
when I dunked on him on video, did you see that video? Are you kidding? You're the only person.
you dunked on him.
Oh, it was the best day of my life. I'll show you after it. But what happened, right, is that it was the last week, and was his parents there? Oh, no, sorry, his parents weren't. It was the week before his parents came over to visit him, right? And he was holding the ring, and the rings were lowered to the 8 feet.
Oh, yeah.
So he was holding the ring like that, facing the other way. So I told Lachlan to hold my phone, and I got with the ball, and I went, the worst dunk ever. But I did and I pushed him.
Oh, yeah.
And we got it all on surveillance camera. And he said to me, I'll pay it back to you.
Yeah.
And I've been very scared. So I'm sorry if he takes that out on you.
That's all right. I like you said, I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah.
Are you excited for the future?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
So keen on it, yeah.
What's your most exciting moment you're looking forward to?
Obviously there's the basketball part. I just want to see how far I can get with that. But just genuinely just looking forward to life, kind of moving out, getting my own place. Probably not anytime soon. but
Yeah, I get
not
you.
a house, like an apartment.
Yeah,
kind of
apartment.
thing.
Yeah.
But again, probably not like anytime soon. But I'm just keen for that kind of stuff, moving out, doing my own thing, just enjoying life. But yeah, that's about it.
The last question I asked before I let you go: what is the one thing that you want to achieve, and then your life is done? Could be basketball. Let's stick with the basketball first, if you want.
Yeah.
But what's that like? Do you just want to hear your name being called?
Yeah. Like,
or is that it? That's it.
What I actually like manifest, like I always think about, honestly, what I think about is literally just like everyone's being introduced on like the big screens for like at the Kings games, stuff like that. Just the music blasting and like just running out, like starting five, just running out and like everyone chanting, like hearing my name, like that is like when I'm kind of like I've achieved like what I want to achieve. Like once I get to that point, I'm like, yeah, like I'm happy. But yeah, that's what I'm striving for.
I love it. I thought that would be the goal. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Koby, for being on the podcast today.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best and all the success in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening on Spotify. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And catch you all later.